Monday Night Football, New Orleans hosting the LA Chargers. And Drew Brees would be in comeback mode, trailing 20-3 early. They trail by 7 in the fourth. Little look and pump to the right allows Brees to come back to Jared Cook, which ties the game at 20s. After the Chargers got another touchdown pass from the rookie Justin Herbert, his fourth in the night. Again, comeback mode is in full effect, and it's Brees to Alvin Kamara, who makes a remarkable grab. And then it's 3rd and 4, and Brees is on the sidelines. It's Taysom Hill who takes it in. Nice roll from Sean Payton, and it works out. Go to overtime, tied at 27. Once again, Brees hooks up with Cook. Saints would kick a field goal, which gave them the lead. And the next drive, obviously, is the final drive if the Chargers can't answer. And on 4th down, Mike Williams is stopped just shy of the 1st down. So Brees and the Saints are able to come back and win on a Monday night where the old guy was certainly praising the new guy. But it's the old guy and the Saints who trailed 20-3, who stormed back and victory, the 17-point margin. The second largest comeback victory in Brees' career. Impressive when you consider that the career includes 166 victories. So that's the winning side. But afterwards, both coaches talking about a young man and his first Monday night start, Justin Herbert, who impressed.
Justin made some good plays. I mean, I thought he executed, made some good plays. But, I mean, we didn't win the game, so you know, I'm not too excited about complimenting everybody right now, to be honest with you. But I thought the kid did some good things, though.
Defensively, we got the stops there, especially on the 4th down play there at the end. And I thought we hit their quarterback enough. He's pretty athletic. He got out of the pocket a few times and made some plays. You know, a lot of different elements to the game, but it was good to get the win.
Ryan Clark joins us now on Sports Center. Quite a way to spend your birthday. We appreciate you being with us, and we appreciate you, my friend. You know that.
Hey, man, it's you, man. Yes, sir.
I want to start with Herbert. Look, they lose, and you and I agree, winning's a learned behavior. But he gave them every opportunity to win this football game. What most stands out as you look at what he's doing?
You know, Scott, I listened to you talk to Lewis and Brian, and you talked about his ceiling. But to me, it's his floor, because we're expecting him to be better. And if you watch him in situational football moments like the red zone tonight, he was absolutely amazing. He had total command. Here you're going to see they're locked up outside, and now there's going to be a combo on the 2 inside receivers. So he knows right away he can get Hunter Henry to the corner. As Hunter Henry is going, he realizes it's a double robber in the inside, so he can float outside. Demario Davis should probably undercut him. He does it. He goes to the corner, and it's a complete pass. Great play. And you go to the next play. You can't block all of these Saints, but he's going to get outside of Malcolm Jenkins, and in doing that, Keenan Allen works with him. Watch the athleticism. Watch the throw. It's perfect on the money. Keenan Allen up, and he gets it. And then this is a beauty of a play here. Mike Williams is going to be locked up, but he knows he has the field to the left. Outside is Marshawn Lattimore, and there's a safety locked on the tight end. There's no one to help, but watch him create room in the pocket. He backs up. He gives a little ground with the arm strong enough to get the ball all the way to the pylon. This dude is a star. I didn't think he was last year when I watched him in person at Arizona State, but to see what he's doing now, I'm starting to ask the question, did the Miami Dolphins make the wrong pick?
Wow. I mean, to judge a guy maybe on his worst college performance, I think a lot of people had questions. A lot of people had questions about his demeanor, but what he's showing.
I was wrong.
Well, I'd say, look, you and a lot of other people, there were questions, but he's given loud answers. The Saints, on the other hand, look, they win the game. They remind me of a guy that doesn't drive it that far. Okay, maybe their irons aren't the best. Maybe they're not the best putter, but at the end of the round, you're like, that guy shot 70. I don't know how they did it necessarily, but I'm so used to this Saints offense, Ryan, feeling terrifying, and they don't feel that way at the moment, even though they won. Are they a threat to you in the NFC?
You know what? Right now, they aren't. This team just can't push the ball down the field, and Drew Brees did get the one long ball to Jared Cook, but they aren't dominant defensively like I thought that they would be. There was one good play, and then you saw him dink and dunk throughout the rest of the game. But if Drew Brees and this offense are going to play like this, Scott, they're going to have to be 2015 Denver Broncos good on defense, and we just haven't seen that from the New Orleans Saints. So going forward, they're going to have to scheme up balls down the field, play tighter defense, because if not, they won't compete with the Seattles, the Green Bay Packers, and some of the other teams atop the NFC.
And just to be fair, and I should have said it first to you, and I should have said it with Brian and Lewis earlier, Michael Thomas, obviously the guy's the leading receiver in the NFL last year when they get him back, presuming that is soon. He is a gigantic difference maker. Even without him, they come back from down 17 and they get the victory. It's past time for your birthday, but I hope you celebrate it with people you care about, and I look forward to talking to you next week, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you, my man.
We'll tell you a bit about the comeback. Brutal throwing the ball downfield in the first half. Stagnant was the word he used. 2 for 5 with a pick. That turned around in a big way in the second half. 6 of 7 for 129 yards and a score. An important momentum shift in the game. Steve called it a big drive. They had to get points. They did. Brees' 3rd touchdown of the season with less than a minute to go in the first half. 2nd most in the first half behind Aaron Rodgers, who's got 4. Brees ultimately leads the Saints back from 20-3. The 2nd biggest comeback of his career. He entered Monday 1-48 in his career when trailing by at least 17 points, with the only victory, I should say, coming back in 2009. Louis Riddick, Brian Greasy join me as they do every Monday night following a game. And fellas, it's so odd, so jarring to see this Saints offense that's been so explosive for so long be what Drew Brees called stagnant. And they really were for the first half. But then in the second half, they look like we're more accustomed to them seeing. Louis, I'll start with you. You've seen them a couple times this year. Are the Saints more who they showed in the first half or who they showed in the second, in your opinion?
I think it's an evolving process. I think you're starting to see them start to hit their stride as Emmanuel Sanders in particular gets going. When Mike Thomas comes back, remember, he's not playing, so a big component of this offense isn't there right now, but they're still winning football games and starting to hit their stride without him. And as long as Alvin Kamara stays healthy, Emmanuel keeps doing his thing, they're going to be there in the end. Drew's one of the most efficient throwers that the NFL's ever seen.
You know, I think it was interesting when you go back to the mentor for Sean Payton and Anthony Lynn, the coaches in this game, it was Bill Parcells. And he always would say the same thing. Nobody cares about your excuses. There is always a way to win, no matter what you're having to deal with. No Michael Thomas, whatever it might be. And that's Sean Payton, and that's Drew Brees. In the second half, they figured it out. They didn't panic. They took their time. They took what the defense gave them, and at the end of the day, continue to put the pressure on the rookie quarterback, and it ended up working.
And Bill Parcells also said your record's you are what your record says you are. And so the Chargers' record says they're 1-4. But look, we just saw a young man who is more than ready for his close-up, Justin Herbert. He has shown, I think, a whole lot more than anybody really expected this soon. Has he surprised Grease the Chargers in just how high his ceiling already is?
There's no question, Scott. I mean, there's no way they could have anticipated how fast he was going to assimilate to this game. And we talked with Justin yesterday, and he said, listen, everything's been a blur. It's a completely different game. It's different than what I played in college, and I'm having to learn on the fly. And for him to go out in this stage, first time on Monday Night Football, and the stage not be too big for him, to make the throws from the pocket, to see the field, to extend plays. I mean, that's all the things you want a great quarterback to do, and he's done it now in his 4th game.
Yeah, and he's doing it in crucial situations. He's doing it when people are pressuring him. He's doing it when people get after him on 3rd down. He's doing it in the red area. And you have to obviously give him a ton of credit because he has taken this opportunity and ran with it. But you also have to give the coaching staff a tremendous amount of credit, too. And you have to give Pep Hamilton, his quarterback coach, a lot of credit. Justin gives him the credit, too. It's always a group effort, but there's no doubt that they made the right choice in selecting this young man inside of the top 10. He's going to be there for a long, long time.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel bad for Tyrod again because it's like I figured it was his job, and then we know what happened. And then, obviously, once a guy gets on the field and puts this on tape, he's going to stay on the field and keep putting it on tape. What a show on Monday night. A great one, guys. Great work with it. Travel well. We'll talk again next week, okay?
Thanks, Scott.
Scotty.
Well, you are what your record says you are. And